Hi everybody, I'm Bruce Vonderhaar. Welcome to JoplinGlobe.com. This is our weekly Take 10 series, and this week we're going to talk some college football, talk about Missouri Southern specifically, and to do that with us this week is the head coach of the Missouri Southern Lions, Bart Tatum. And Coach, a big time for you because the recruiting class is signed, sealed, and delivered for you guys. 43 student athletes have become new Missouri Southern Lions. First of all, congratulations. That to me seems like a very big number. Is that a typical number for you guys, or how did you get to that 43 number?
It is a big number. We're looking to increase our roster size a little bit, so that has something to do with it. And we had a lot of local kids, particularly, that had a strong interest in being Missouri Southern Lions, and so our class was consequently a little bit bigger. And we actually have one recruiting day left. So we'll have a number of young men on campus for that recruiting day, and we might actually take a few more before it's all over.
Okay, and how does that work? Are those high school kids that haven't signed yet, or junior college kids, or what are we talking about?
Nope, those are high school kids that have not signed yet. They see themselves as college football prospects. We see them as college football prospects, and so we'll continue our recruiting efforts a little bit more here. Okay,
let's summarize this class. When you sign 43 kids, I kind of scan through and look at the positions, but overall, when you sign 43 kids, you're pretty much covering everything, I would think, and that's what you guys did.
They were all positions, including specialists, kicker, punter, snapper, for right here from Joplin High School, a deep snapper, Jeff Black, and return guys, and then all positions in between, receiver, tight end, fullback, tailback, quarterback, defensive end, defensive tackle, safety, corner, linebacker, inside, outside linebackers. Every position that we implement in our football program, we signed at least one young man.
That's great. And I'm sure you've got a lot of people that have asked about this year's class. So if you had to summarize it, when people ask you, give us some highlights of this year's class, how would you, without talking about all 43 kids, but how would you summarize this year's class?
Well, it's a recurring theme from a year ago. We have some young men that can run, so I would characterize these guys as, athleticism is a good characteristic of these young men. They can run, they're hitters, very dependable guys. We research character a lot more than we had in years past in terms of guys that are going to have that ability to stick with it. Retention is a huge issue for us. Our signing class from a year ago, we signed 20 or 21 to some type of athletic aid in terms of scholarship money a year ago. 19 of those gentlemen are still with us. So we're improving our retention, and we're doing that by recruiting a certain mindset, a certain type of young man, and we think we've done another good job with that.
And tell me about the National Letter of Intent signing day for the college coaches, because for that particular class, your work is pretty much done. Now, do you wait by the fax machine and wait for all the faxes to come in, or what's that particular day? For the kids, it's a big day. They're all signing at their schools and holding ceremonies and things like that. But for you, what was that day like for you? What did you do?
Well, by rule, used to, the college coaches could go on site and be in pictures and be there to watch a young man sign with their program. And college coaches are so hyper-competitive. It turned into a free-for-all on National Signing Day. There would literally be, for highly contested recruits, there would be 10 coaches there from varying schools, and they would be fighting over his signature on signing day. Well, cooler heads have prevailed, and now you cannot be off campus the 3 days prior all the way up to the day of signing day. As a college coach, you have to be on your respective campus. You can't go out to the signing day ceremonies and be there for the young men, take pictures, do all that stuff. It is against the rules now. Junior college coaches and NAIA coaches can still do that, but NCAA coaches can't by rule. So, yes, it is a fax watching day. I literally sit there and wait for the faxes to come in, and there are some tense moments. This year was the smoothest it's ever gone. We had 43 faxes by 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So we were very organized, and it was a much lower pressure day than it has been in years past.
Yeah, I would think most coaches and athletes, get up in the morning and they have that fax machine right there, and they want to get it done as much as you want it to get done too. So.
No doubt about it. And so, our fax machine is actually in another group of offices. Yeah. So we wear out, as football coaches, we wear out a path between our offices to the fax machine, just looking for those things to come in.
You mentioned your retention rate from last year. That's a great number you gave us. A lot of kids were redshirted last year from Missouri Southern. Let's talk about the holes you have to fill this year, and can those kids, as redshirt freshmen, fill some of those holes? And then your depth chart, obviously some of those kids that were backups last year can come back and help you fill some holes. Just talk about the holes that you're going to need to fill, and do you feel like you have the players to do that?
Well, the highest profile position on most teams, NFL, college, high school, quarterback.
Correct. Yeah.
And we had a local guy as a second-year freshman, Colin Howard from Webb City. He got a lot of quality time this year.
Yeah.
Didn't get any starts. Some people would make the argument he should have played more than he did, and maybe they're right. But he's going to get every opportunity to earn that job to be the man running the program. We've got a couple of good athletes right there with him at the quarterback position, but that's a hole that somebody's got to step in and fill, and we're going to fill it with a very able, capable person in terms of the trigger man, and we're going to have a little bit more athleticism. It's going to be a different type of person that we play in terms of the skill set that they bring to the table. Because Colin is a guy that can run. Mm-hmm. He has the elusiveness, and we look forward to seeing all the things he's going to bring to the table for our football program. And naturally, Renard Johnson was a starting tailback for us. He started for 2 years actually, off and on, and Renard's gone. So there's a hole we have to fill. We signed Steve Sumter from Edmond, Oklahoma as an incoming freshman, Jerry Jones from Triad, Illinois. He's a guy who ran a 10-700 meter. Steve Sumter was offered by 2 1AA programs and 1 1A program out of Edmond, Oklahoma. He brings a good set of skills to the table at tailback. And we signed David Snell from Central High School in Springfield. He's a kid that's a good sprinter. We tested him when he was on campus. He tested out very well. He's a fast young man. So, those are two on offense, 2 positions where we're going to have some immediate help, and we feel good about the guys that we've attracted to fill those holes.
Most of these kids are high school kids too. Your philosophy is let's build them for 5 years if we can, including that redshirt year. And you stayed away from the JUCO for the most part, haven't you?
We did.
Recruiting JUCO kids?
We did. This year we haven't taken a junior college kid. That's not to say that we won't take a junior college player before next fall comes, or a 4-year college transfer. But in terms of what we've done up to this point and what we anticipate doing between now, it was kind of by plan. We were going to go with 4-year guys, and that's what we've done.
What happens between now and spring ball? You mentioned there's a period where you can sign some more kids if you want to, but heck, I guess you come into the office about noon. You probably leave at 3. You probably leave at 3 in the afternoon. It's all cake from here, isn't it? I mean, your job's done, right?
We were on the gym floor the Thursday after signing day at 5:45 in the morning. We were on the gym floor at 5:45 this morning. 4 days a week, we have morning runs. We have a voluntary type workout the 5th day of the work week at 6 a.m. there to get extra work if they want to. So it's an all day, every day, 12-month-a-year type commitment for us college coaches. And I'm telling you, we're having fun working with this group of athletes we have right now, because since in our 3 years at Southern, it's the best group of kids we've had in terms of accountability, being dependable, where you're supposed to be on time, that work ethic that you need to have to build a champion. It's finally showing up in the guys that we've got, and as a head coach, as a coaching staff, we're very, very excited.
Well, I think the fans are excited too. I know I'm excited, and we look forward to spring ball in 6 months, first real game, so we're looking forward to that. I appreciate you coming in and spending some time with us.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, that's Bart Tatum, head football coach at Missouri Southern. You're watching Take 10 on JoplinGlobe.com. Appreciate you watching, and we'll see you again next time.